So welcome to part 2 of my video on how to condition our dog to see the harness as a positive thing and not be frightened of it. We need to rule out if there's any pain issues. We need to set the environment up to succeed. We make sure there are no distractions in the environment, and we go at our dog's pace. That's really, really important. We should now be at the stage where we can stand here with the harness behind our back, we can move it out about 6 inches away from us, and we can present our dog with a nice tasty treat, and they show no signs of fear. Once your dog is happy with that, then we can start to move a little bit closer towards the dog. The simplest way of thinking about this is you need to break down the process of putting this harness on your dog into very small sections and follow the principles that you've already learned from my first video until you achieve that. So this could take some time, but it's really important. Remember, you've got to build up trust with your dog. This is something they don't really like. So if you trick them or suddenly throw it on, the likelihood is they're going to be even more frightened of it, and they're going to be moving away from the item. What I want to see is actually the harness comes out and the dog thinks, ooh, that's quite nice, I think I'll go over there, because that means good things happen. So, harness comes out now, a little bit closer. As soon as the harness comes out, I'm giving Angus a reward. Harness out, I'm just to the side of his head here, not touching him. To the side, reward, and back. So we're about 6 inches to either side of the dog. But remember to practice both sides. To the side of the harness, reward. So it's important to practice both sides. Harness out, treat, take the harness back. So at the moment the harness is probably about 6 inches to the side of his head. So if you get it wrong, like I just did, so I fumbled for a reward there, I couldn't find the treat to give you. That's going to happen, it happens to all of us. Just reset, don't panic, and don't give them the treat too late, okay? So the timing has got to be exactly right, otherwise the dog will get a little bit confused. So let me just go and top up with my treats. That's an important lesson because it does happen to everybody. We fumble around our pockets, and by the time we find the reward, the actual behaviour is gone and the dog will have moved on. Once the dog or your dog is happy with that, we can move forward to the next stage. Now, what I like to do at this stage is just get the dog used to the noise of the harness being clicked in. So if you listen, I want to get them used to that noise. We start again, as always, hand behind our back. I'm going to bring the harness out. I'll need 2 hands for this. I'm just going to hold it to the side of my dog, about 6 inches away again, and I'm going to pop the clip in. Once the clip is popped in, I'm giving Angus the reward, and then I'm removing the harness back to its start position. So let's start again. We start with our hands behind our back. We move the harness to the side of our dog. We clip the harness in. We give them the reward, and the harness comes back. Remember, reward on the clip. That's a bit fiddly, but you will get used to it. It's a really important step to do that, because that's an unusual noise for a dog. We can understand what it is straight away, but that sort of clicking noise is a little unusual. As per part 1, practicing in different rooms, different times of the day, nothing else going on around the dog, we're ready to move on to the next stage.